Okay, so how do we do this? First of all, we would need a for loop to go over the courses. So let's say for integer I assigned to 0. And now we know that it's the courses array we have to go over. Okay, so if you simply say, for example, courses I less than courses dot length. Okay, I plus plus. Okay, so what's the problem of doing this?
We already have the open size of our grade 5, so it's going to be counted by 5.
True. So that means we're going to run 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 for I. But somehow we can see courses 0 and courses 1 are the two courses we want to calculate GPA out of. But somehow courses 2, courses 3 are not really what we want, right? So now I'm going to show you two versions of the loop. Okay. So either you can keep this, but you have to be very careful because you want to make sure you only calculate the grade points for the non-null courses. Okay, because some slots might be null. Okay, so there are two ways to do this. Okay, let me show you the first version. So here we can simply reuse the counter value. You can say the number of courses. That's one way of doing it. I'm going to show you in another version in a moment. Okay, so now there's the first version here. So now we're going to say, so course, let's define some local variable here. You can see the current course we're looking at is simply C. It's assigned to courses at position I. Okay, there's a local variable. You can define as many local variables as you like, because here C simply just copy the address of this ith course. It can be 0, can be 1. Okay, so now we would like to figure out what is letter grade. So you can say character LG is assigned to C dot letter grade. Okay, I'm just doing that slowly, doing that step by step. So now, somehow, I would like to convert from this letter grade here to be the numerical points. Okay. Apparently, we can just use the if then else statements or conditional statements. If you have questions, you can ask Ji Yun about that. She knows how to do it. Okay. Yeah, you know how to do conditional statement. That's my point. But now we can use the if then else statements. We can say if the letter grade happens to be, let's say, A, then let's define something here. Maybe just GP for grade points. So double GP, or we can say integer since we don't have any 2.5 or something, but double is fine. Grade points, let's say initially just 0.0 initially. Okay, now let's see. The letter grade is going to be, if that's 8, that's simply GP is assigned to 8.0. Else if letter grade is assigned to, else letter grade is actually B, and that's simply GP that's assigned to 7.0. Else if letter grade is assigned to C. In that case, the grade point is assigned to 6.0. And otherwise, we assume you always have the some valid letter grade, so you can say else. Else simply means F. Okay, grade point is assigned to 5.0. Okay, that's how we figure out the grade points from the letter grades. Okay, so this is why you don't have to store another attributes in the course object called maybe GP. You don't have to, because you can always get this conversion. Okay. So far so good? Okay, so we converted the letter grade into grade points. So now, somehow we have to accumulate the grade points, and then eventually we can calculate GPA. So now what we can do is the following. We can say, let's say double grade point total. Let's say, somehow we want to accumulate, or you can just call the sum. It's up to you. I'll say grade point total is equal to 0.0 to begin with. Whenever we got the grade points, we're going to accumulate the grade point total plus equal GP. Okay? So now, outside the for loop, we would have accumulated all the grade points already. right? So now we can say double average, let's say GPA. So now we can say GPA is assigned to the total, GP total, grade points total divided by the number of courses. Okay, and finally you can return the GPA. That's first version. I'm going to show you the second version in a moment. Okay, so now if you try, let's try that first. If you go to the tester here, so now if you say, now let's say system.out.println, let's say GPA of R1 is system.out.println. So now we can say R1.get GPA, which we know should be 6.5, right? Let's see. So now launch the program here, you get 6.5. Okay, are we okay with the first version? I'm going to show you the second version in a moment. Okay, so now if you go back to this student record class here, so now let's think about this. So this fragment of code to say if the letter grade is equal to A, else if letter grade is equal to B, else if letter grade is equal to C. Somehow this fragment of code here, think about maybe you have other methods which might also want to do the conversion. Okay, so now let's say the following. Let me just give you an example here. So we just had get GPA, right? So what about we have something like this? Double get grade point total GP. Total grade points. Let's say we want to do that. Okay. In that case, it would be something very similar. Can I just ask you to copy the whole code here? I'm going to change slightly. Okay, I want to illustrate to you how the helper method might be useful. So here I can say this, get total GP. So now all I got to do is to remove this part here and return GP total. Okay. Let me show you again. Okay, just in case you didn't follow. So basically what I did, I just created a new accessor method called get total grade points. Okay, which is somehow similar to get the GPA method. Somehow similar, but not exactly the same. Okay, so now get total GP is actually going to calculate the total without calculating the average. Okay, so you can see somehow this part of the code has been duplicated when you do the conversion. You can see both methods are trying to follow the same table to do the conversion. So it would be nice if somehow we can factor out this fragment of code of conversion into a separate accessor method, like what we did today in the class. This is just another example. Okay, so basically, whenever you see any duplication among different methods in your code, you can really think about having a helper method to save some duplication. That's sort of the general principle. Okay, let's see how we can do this. Okay, so now basically what we can do is the following. Let's have something here. So you can say, so basically we're trying to convert from letter grades into numericals points. So double is going to return a double here. So double, let's say LG to GP, letter grade to grade points. Okay. So now I'm going to show you this. So character, letter grade. Okay. So now can we just only copy this part here, just the if then else statement here, just that. Okay, if I copy that code there and put it here. Okay, let's now declare a double GP here.
Okay, and then we're going to return GP. So this corresponds to the table on your handouts. We're going to define this table here in this method here just once and for all, just once. Later on, whenever you want to do any conversion, you can just refer to this method here by calling that. Okay. Let's see how we can use that. So now you can see that over here. We can say, so now first of all, let's go to the get total GP. So for this part here, we can replace that by just saying GP is assigned to LG to GP. LG. Isn't that nice? So now you can reuse the helper method. Okay. Similarly, we can do this. If you go back to the get GPA method here, so now rather than this whole thing here, you can say LG to GP, LG. Okay, you can see we do the conversion in a single method. And then in the two methods over there, get total GP and get GPA, we actually try to reuse that helper method by calling them with the letter grade. Then you can get to study this code to see if that makes sense to you, together with the example we did in the class today. So just two examples already for you. And see if that can help you with the assignment too. Okay, so now let me show you another version of the get GPA. To make sure your code is still clear, can we just copy the get GPA method and then paste here, just say get GPA 2. Okay, I'm going to show you a different version. Okay, so now we can just get rid of this comment here, just make it concise. So now I would like to change the upper bound of the loop counter here. Rather than saying number of courses, what about just courses.length? Okay, there's a risk we got to take. Well, there's a catch. The catch is, if we say the upper bound of the loop counter is 5, which means we're going to try 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I can see currently elements 2, elements 3, elements 4, they are pointing to null. So we shouldn't include them in the calculation. So all you got to do is the following. You're going to say something like this. If courses at position I is not equal to, that's how you say not equal to, right? If the address of that is not pointing to null. If it is not the case, then we should calculate its numeric its grade points. Okay, so that's so that means we're gonna include this inside the body of the if statement here, and that's it. You kind of see the point here. So that means for this particular loop, we're still going to run 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 with no early exit. But when we actually get to 2, 3, and 4, because courses at 2 simply refers to null, so the calculation would not be included, right? And courses at 3, courses at 4, they wouldn't be included either. So that's just another thing to show you. You might find this method interesting to your assignment too, because when you try to remove an entry from your birthday book, if you simply assign the name and birthday to null in the array, so that means later on, when you want to print something out, you simply have to skip the null elements in the array. Okay, you might find it useful. I'll leave that to you. Okay, so now finally let's make sure this code actually works before I move on to new examples. Let's go back to tester here. Can we just say get GPA and also get GPA 2? So 2 versions. Okay. 6.5, 6.5. Okay, both of them are 6.5. They work. Any questions about this? No? Okay, very good. So now let me stop the recording here. So that's about the